Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at the Mark of Athena, chapter 33, starting Annabeth's part. And this chapter is pretty short, and honestly a little disappointing, but it starts off with Annabeth just driving down the streets with Tiberinus and Ray? Rhea? I'm not sure what that lady's name is. Rhea, and as they're driving, the woman is like, "Oh, do you remember that place? Oh, do you remember that place? Oh, do you remember when?" And she's talking about like things that happened 1,000, 3,000 years ago, and she's just talking about it like it was yesterday. And she just keeps talking about all these different things, and Annabeth's head is like, "Oh my goodness, the past and the present are colliding." She's like, "Oh, you're making me dizzy." And she's like, "Oh, sorry. There's just so much fun stuff around here." They finally get to some area, okay, and there's some Roman gods on like a building, and there's a lock, and Annabeth is like, "I'm supposed to go in there?" And she's, "Oh, no, 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 not in there. You're supposed to go down there." And there's this one little staircase going down underneath the city. And the woman said, the goddess, I'm not sure if she's actually a goddess, immortal, I guess. She says, "Oh, if you think that upper Rome is confusing, wait till you get underneath, below ground, to burned Rome." And she's like, "Well, but that's where you have to go. We have a wonderful day of shopping, so take care, bye." And they take off. And Annabeth is alone. And she goes down these stairs, and there's a locked door. But as she gets close, the Mark of Athena burns and unlocks magically the door. And so Annabeth can go inside. As she's walking down, she kind of looks back, and she can see the sky. It's such a beautiful day out. And then ahead of her is a dark, scary, potentially death, including quest. And she thinks, "Oh, people are probably going on dates and having fun." She shakes her head. "Okay, I gotta go." And she goes down into the tunnel. And she goes down to the bottom, and there's a bunch of crates full of kite string, some like rubber plastic swords, and not much else. She's looking around, and she finds a hole in one corner, and it's just black. She can hear some water sound, and she can smell clean water. It's not like sewage water. It's not full of pee and poop, but it's not like fresh. It smells a little bit like there's some flowers rotting, a little sweet, a little gross. And then Annabeth starts to think, "Oh man, if Leo was here, he'd just be able to make something cool and get down there. If Jason was here, he'd just be able to fly down. If Percy was here, he'd just raise the water." And she's thinking about all her friends and the cool powers that they have. And she's like, "I don't have any powers. What am I gonna do?" And then she thinks, or maybe Athena whispers to her, "Your power is intelligence." She's like, "Yeah. Think of, oh, I can't remember, Odysseus, I think she is. Think of Odysseus, all the things he did. He didn't have any powers, but he was still able to do some amazing things." She's like, "Yeah, I can do this." So she goes to the crates, and she takes out the kite string and the plastic swords, and she makes a rope. So there's a string and then plastic swords going in the middle of it with knots, so she can kind of climb up or down this rope. She puts some extra string in her backpack, and she ties it up and throws it down into the darkness. Wow. And that's how the chapter ends. Some vocabulary here for us. The first one is sappy. Sappy means full of love and romance, like too loving, and you feel like, oh, too much love. Or maybe if you're female or you really like that, you're like, that's so romantic. Okay, that's kind of sappy. Roman Holiday is a sappy romance movie, but it's a classic and it's good. Ornate means decorated, with detail, um, with really careful talent, making something really, really precious. I'm looking at this picture here, like this owl. Okay, imagine if this owl was a golden statue. Okay, but it looked just as real as this owl. We would call that ornate. Maybe the eyes were full of gems. Maybe the feathers sparkled with gold and silver. But the detail in there was also really close and really well done. All of that together is ornate. Dilapidated. Dilapidated is kind of mixed up, not built well or clean, almost like run down. And so as she's going down into this tunnel, she sees like new materials and then really old materials, and they're all kind of like mixed together, and it's just confusing and weird, and it doesn't look natural the way that it's all been combined. Crisscross is like an X. Pretty much the X, crisscross. And so all of the different materials are crisscrossed, old and new and old, and electronics and bronze and bricks and metal, and all that stuff is just crisscrossed, all mixed up in the walls. Scaffolding. A scaffolding is like a built structure that helps you build something, right? Imagine if I'm building a tall building, I have to build some kind of not really a ladder, but a platform along the side so I can keep building as it gets taller and taller. And this scaffolding can hold the structure tight while I'm building it even. And so that's called scaffolding, like these wooden boards and pipes to keep something strong and to help you climb up so you can build on it. Frescoes is like a painting on the wall. And in this basement, there's a lot of paintings on the wall, but they're very faded. Beautiful, and probably originally looked really amazing, but now they're all faded and old. Moldering, that's that word I was telling you with the flowers in the water. Okay, like if you have a bunch of flowers and you cut them and then you spread them out on the ground or something, slowly they'll start to die and they'll start to rot. And that's called moldering, that kind of becoming rotten. But with a flower, it'll smell a little bit like a little sour, but it'll still have this flower smell, which is sweet. And that's what the kind of water smells like down below. It still has this sweet smell, but it's a little bit, not right. And the last one here, I actually had to look up this word, shinned, because I thought it was shimmied, which is kind of similar. But shinned is climbing up or down something with your hands and your feet. So you can imagine the rope, she's climbing down with her hands and her feet and going up and down. And so that is shinned. Okay, discussion question. What would you bring on a solo quest? All right, when Annabeth looks down the hole, she thinks, okay, what do I have on me? I have a laptop. I have matches. I have, what else did she have? Oh, some food, things like that. A knife. But nothing else really that she thought was useful. So if you were going on a quest, okay, that I said solo quest here, but it could really be on any quest. Going on camping, whatever. What would you bring in your backpack? Okay, and now let's say you can only bring 5 items, okay? What would those 5 things be? And yeah, I'm going to think about that too. What would I bring on a quest? Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.